Capricorn, I need you to stop scrolling for a moment and really focus. Before anything else, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon. You need to hear every word in this message, because what I'm about to reveal could change the way you see your finances, your life, and the decisions you've been ignoring. I promise you, every moment you spend here is an investment in what's coming, and you'll understand why very soon. Picture this: you wake up one morning still half asleep, reach for your phone and check your bank account. And then it happens, your stomach drops, your heart races, you blink, refresh, and it's still there, that number, smaller than it was yesterday, smaller than you ever expected. For some, it's hundreds gone, for others, thousands, but for a few, it's millions vanishing like smoke. That's not imagination, Capricorn, that is real life, and it's closer than you think. There was a small business owner in Nigeria who one Monday morning opened his bank app only to find that all his savings had been wiped clean due to a cyber scam. He had trusted the wrong person, had ignored subtle warnings, and overnight everything was gone. Can you feel that panic? The sleepless nights, the guilt, the embarrassment? That's exactly what's coming for those who think money is permanent without vigilance. And it's not about being unlucky, it's about being unprepared. Even the rich and famous aren't immune. Take Kim Basinger, for instance. She once lost $8 million over a single risky investment in real estate. Imagine earning millions in your life and watching a chunk of it evaporate like mist. Or Mike Tyson, who earned over $300 million only to declare bankruptcy years later. It's a pattern repeated over and over in history. Abundance can disappear faster than you can blink if you ignore the signs. Let me take you back to the Bible for a moment. Acts 5 tells the story of Ananias and Sapphira. They thought they could manipulate the situation, keep a portion of their wealth secret, and everything would be fine. But it was. The moment deception entered, the consequences followed immediately. Capricorn, understand this. Your financial loss may not be just about numbers. It could be a wake-up call about honesty, integrity, and the choices you've been avoiding. And the emotional impact is immense. Money isn't just numbers on a screen, it's security, freedom, and power. When it disappears, so does your sense of stability. Studies show that sudden financial loss can trigger panic, anxiety, and depression. You might even question yourself, why did this happen to me? Why now? And the answer is often hidden in plain sight, in the actions you've ignored, the debts you've postponed, the contracts you didn't read. Capricorn, imagine this scenario. A woman in the US, a single mother, had been saving for years to buy her first house. One morning, she woke up to discover her life savings drained because of an overlooked fraudulent email that looked perfectly legitimate. She felt hopeless, betrayed, and angry, and yet that experience forced her to learn, to grow, to understand that vigilance and awareness are as valuable as money itself. Even the wealthiest nations aren't safe. Remember the 1929 Wall Street crash? Ordinary people lost everything in a single week. Homes, savings, businesses, all gone. Entire families had to rebuild from nothing. The lesson was clear. Money is fragile, and your sense of permanence is often an illusion. And today, with digital currencies, online banking, and instant transactions, a single mistake can cost more than ever before. Capricorn, I want you to think about the signs you've been ignoring. That late bill, that unexpected loan, that friend who borrowed more than they should have. These aren't coincidences, they are warnings. Life is whispering, and too often we are too busy to listen until the alarm hits, until we see the number on the screen and it feels like a bomb went off in our hearts. Now let's talk about preparation. Joseph in Egypt faced a famine that destroyed countless lives, but because of wisdom, planning, and divine guidance, he saved many. That's the principle at play here. Loss can happen suddenly, but if you are aligned, vigilant, and prepared, you can survive what others can't. And Capricorn, this is where your life is right now, on the edge between disaster and awakening. Look at Steve Jobs, fired from Apple, humiliated, bankrupt in spirit if not in reality, and yet that loss became the catalyst for Pixar and eventually a triumphant return to Apple. Or Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures, bankruptcies, and ridicule before he illuminated the world. Loss isn't always about endings. Often, it's the beginning of something far bigger than you imagine. The moment I tell you this, I want you to reflect. Robert Pattinson lost key movie roles, faced rejection, almost disappeared from Hollywood, and yet those setbacks were preparing him for an iconic role that would define his career. It's the same principle with you, Capricorn. Those numbers dropping on your account may feel like the end, but the truth is that the universe is testing, shaping, and sometimes breaking what must be broken so you can rise higher than before. But here, where it gets even more intense, some losses won't be in your bank account. Some losses will be in your relationships, your trust, your reputation, and the illusions you've held onto for years. A sudden betrayal from someone close, a partner disappearing when times get tough, a trusted advisor failing you. These are the hidden financial losses that hit harder than any number on a screen. Capricorn, pay attention to the people around you. Not everyone wearing a smile is carrying your best interest. I need you to remember this. History, the Bible, real-life stories, celebrities, all of them reveal the same pattern. Money is fragile, opportunity is fleeting, and life has a way of testing your priorities. If you ignore these signs, you may find yourself staring at a bank balance that drops like a bomb, wondering how it happened, while the lesson has been quietly waiting for you all along. Capricorn, don't scroll past this. Pause, reflect, and engage. Comment below, share your thoughts, your fears, your experiences. Every like and subscription ensures that you stay connected to the guidance that could prevent the worst and help you navigate the storm in a way that others never will. I want you to visualize your own situation, not just your finances, but your life's foundation. Where have you ignored warnings? Where have you trusted the wrong person? Where have you failed to prepare? The shock you feel now is only the beginning. The true impact is not in what you've lost, it's in what the loss will reveal to you about your life, your choices, and your hidden potential. Even historically, people who seem to lose everything have ended up with far greater than they started. King David faced exile, betrayal, and financial ruin before becoming the ruler of Israel. Job lost his children, wealth, and health, only to receive more than he had before. These aren't just stories, they are prophetic mirrors for you, Capricorn. Your loss, no matter how deep, may be paving the way for a destiny that only the brave, the aware, and the resilient can reach. And yet there is a pattern that most people miss. The moment you see your account drop like a bomb, most people panic, scream, and make decisions out of fear. But the ones who survive, who thrive, who turn the loss into unstoppable growth, they are the ones who pay attention to subtle signs, who act with clarity, and who align themselves with principles bigger than money itself. I'll tell you something even more shocking. In some cases, the financial drop you are about to witness isn't even permanent. It's a warning, a reset, a spiritual and practical realignment. Some of the wealth that disappears is actually redirecting you to bigger opportunities, ones that require courage, wisdom, and a willingness to act on divine nudges you've been ignoring. Think about this carefully, Capricorn. While many of your friends and family may panic, you have the potential to see what they can't. You could turn this impending loss into the foundation of something legendary. Just like historical figures, celebrities, and biblical characters who faced ruin, your situation may feel catastrophic now, but the truth is, it could be your ultimate awakening. But here's the part that will make you shiver. Not every loss is obvious. Not every betrayal, not every hidden debt, not every trick of fate is visible on your bank statement. Some losses are quietly siphoning your energy, your focus, your trust in yourself. And unless you open your eyes now, Capricorn, the impact could hit harder than anything you've ever imagined. Remember the lessons of history. The Wall Street crash, the 2008 financial meltdown, sudden bankruptcies of celebrities who earned millions, ordinary people losing everything overnight. These patterns are repeating themselves now in ways you may not yet notice. Every number, every investment, every trust placed incorrectly is part of a chain reaction. And Capricorn, chains have a way of breaking in the moments you least expect. I want you to picture the millionaire investor who lost everything overnight because he didn't diversify, didn't pay attention, and trusted the wrong people. Or the small business owner who went to sleep thinking all was fine, only to wake up with empty accounts. The panic, the despair, the sleepless nights, this is the reality knocking at your door, and it is coming faster than most can handle. But there's a secret in all this chaos. There's a principle that turns disaster into triumph. Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Robert Pattinson, Job, Joseph, King David, they all experienced loss as a catalyst. The moment that financial or personal loss hit, it became a door you cannot yet see, but one that will lead to abundance, clarity, and strength beyond measure. Capricorn, I want you to feel the urgency in this message. Your finances, your relationships, your trust, all of these are under pressure. Some of you may have already seen signs, missed bills, unusual withdrawals, partnerships that feel unstable. Others are blissfully unaware, but the shock is coming. And the truth, it's not just about losing money, it's about awakening to the reality of your life. You need to engage, Capricorn. Comment your experiences, share your fears, interact with this message. Every action you take here aligns you with awareness, and awareness is the first step in surviving what's coming. The world will try to blind you, to distract you, to make you feel helpless. But those who pay attention, those who act, will find themselves standing where others fall. And here's the final reality I need you to understand right now. The drop you are about to see, the number that will shock you, the betrayal or mistake that feels like the end, these are not accidents. These are signals, prophetic warnings hidden in everyday life. Just like biblical stories, celebrity losses, and historical collapses, they are patterns. They are pointing directly at you, Capricorn. The truth that most will not tell you is that the real loss isn't in the account balance. The real loss is in your perception, your focus, and your alignment. Lose that, and you lose everything. Keep it, and you can survive what will feel like apocalypse. Now take a deep breath, Capricorn. Imagine looking at your balance in the next few days, seeing it drop like a bomb, feeling the panic, the fear, the shock, and then realizing in that very moment that this is not just a loss. This is a revelation, a moment that will either break you or awaken you in ways you cannot yet imagine. And some of you will notice it's not just the numbers, it's the truth about the people around you, the contracts you signed, the debts you ignored, the blessings you took for granted. The real hit will come when you understand that the loss was never about money alone, but about everything money reveals. Some of you are about to see people you trusted turn their backs. Some of you will feel betrayed in ways that make your heart ache. And yet, in this chaos, there's a hidden pattern, a map that very few see, that turns collapse into preparation, panic into power, and despair into clarity. Capricorn, the moment of reckoning is closer than you think. And by the time you see it, it will feel like a bomb dropped in your life. But the truth, the real secret, is in how you respond. Some will panic, some will cry, some will shut down. But those who understand the patterns, who have eyes to see the hidden forces, will step into a level of awareness that others spend a lifetime chasing. And this awareness isn't just spiritual, it's practical. It's knowing where to look, whom to trust, which investments are true and which are traps. It's the insight that turns every betrayal, every sudden loss, every empty bank account into an opportunity for a breakthrough so profound that even the universe seems to bow to your wisdom. And here's the final whisper you need to hear, Capricorn, not all losses are visible. Some are hidden in plain sight, disguised as ordinary setbacks, everyday frustrations, or confusing relationships. But they are signals, and unless you see them, unless you respond, unless you act, the shock will hit harder than anything you've ever imagined. Capricorn, brace yourself, open your eyes, engage with this message. The numbers are about to move, the truths are about to surface. And the hidden realities you've ignored will force you to confront your life in a way that feels like everything is collapsing, but is actually the first step towards something unimaginably powerful. And just when you think you understand the depth of what's coming, the real revelation hits. The shock, the loss, the betrayal, the number on your account, it's only the surface. The real force moving is unseen. It's spiritual, emotional, historical, and prophetic all at once. And it is targeting exactly where you've been weakest, Capricorn, exactly where you've ignored the signs, exactly where you need awakening the most. The bomb is coming, and when it hits, you'll understand why everything else you've ignored was preparing you for this moment. Capricorn, before we go any deeper, make sure you're connected to this channel. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. Everything I'm about to reveal will make you question everything you thought you knew about money, trust, and your life path. Staying connected isn't just a suggestion, it's your lifeline in the storm that's already moving toward you. Let's talk about the invisible forces, the ones most people never see coming. These are the things that quietly erode your finances while you sleep. It could be a hidden debt you never accounted for, a contract with a loophole, a friend or business partner who isn't what they seem. History is filled with examples of people blindsided by invisible forces. The fall of Enron is one such story. Executives had millions in their hands, but secret manipulations and hidden debts turned fortune into collapse overnight. Ordinary employees lost pensions, dreams, and futures they had worked for decades. Capricorn, understand this. What's coming for you might not show up on your bank statement first. It might show up as frustration in your relationships, sudden distrust in people you thought loyal, or opportunities vanishing when you were least expecting it. This is what happened to the millions who lost everything during the 2008 financial crisis. The warning signs were there: risky loans, inflated property prices, banks overstretched, but few paid attention. Most assumed the system would protect them, and when it didn't, the shock was catastrophic. And it's not just history, it's modern life. Look at celebrities like Mike Tyson, who had hundreds of millions yet declared bankruptcy, or Nicki Minaj's early career struggles, where management contracts and mismanagement left her nearly bankrupt before she exploded into fame. Even with fame, talent, and connections, unawareness and hidden forces can strike suddenly. Capricorn, your situation may feel stable now, but there are hidden currents around you, ready to sweep away what you think is safe. Even the Bible speaks about these hidden forces. Joseph stored grain during 7 years of abundance because he understood the unseen, the famine that would follow. The world teaches caution, preparation, and foresight in ways most ignore. You, Capricorn, are being nudged to see what others won't: the signs, the gaps, the invisible traps lurking in your finances, relationships, and even your mindset. Let me tell you a story that mirrors your situation. A young entrepreneur in Cameroon built a small trading business over years of saving. Everything seemed perfect until an unexpected loan guarantee he signed without fully reading the fine print triggered a cascade of losses. Bank accounts emptied, contracts failed, suppliers disappeared. The young man thought it was the end. But in that chaos, he discovered a hidden strength, a network of support he never knew existed, and an entirely new business opportunity that would multiply his previous wealth tenfold. That hidden layer of loss was actually the doorway to something far bigger. Capricorn, you must learn to spot the warning signs others miss. The patterns are subtle: friends asking for repeated favors, unexplained fees, delayed payments, opportunities that feel too good to be true. These are not coincidences. They are signals. Ignoring them is what has caused more millionaires to fall into ruin than most would ever admit. Think about Steve Jobs again. Fired from Apple, humiliated publicly and financially strained, he faced the kind of hidden forces that would have broken most people. Yet he noticed patterns others ignored: gaps in the market, emerging technologies, unappreciated opportunities. That awareness transformed loss into one of the most remarkable comebacks in history. Capricorn, there are forces around you right now shaping your future in ways you cannot yet comprehend, and your awareness, or lack of it, will determine how this storm hits you. Even everyday life is full of these unseen patterns: a friend borrowing money with no intention to pay back, a supplier hiding losses until it's too late, a partner's subtle mismanagement. These are hidden bombs, quietly ticking, ready to detonate when you least expect it. And when they do, the numbers on your bank account are the least of your worries. Your trust, your stability, and your perception of reality are what will be shaken first. Capricorn, history repeats itself in subtle ways. The fall of civilizations often begins with unseen cracks. The collapse of Rome didn't happen overnight. It began with hidden corruption, unseen debts, and ignored warnings. Every empire, every billionaire, every ordinary person has faced moments where the ground beneath them was shifting, and most never noticed until it was too late. There was a man, a young trader in Lagos, who thought he had mastered his finances. He followed every rule he knew, tracked every naira, and worked tirelessly. Yet one fraudulent transaction, one overlooked agreement, triggered a loss that wiped out years of effort. He was devastated. But as he rebuilt, he discovered what had been missing all along: knowledge, awareness, spiritual alignment, and the courage to face uncomfortable truths. That loss became a hidden blessing, shaping him into someone unshakable. Capricorn, your story is not different. What you see as disaster is actually preparation. Even the Bible reminds us in Job's story that sometimes loss is a spiritual reset. Everything Job owned was stripped from him, yet those losses were orchestrated to bring about transformation beyond imagination. Capricorn, the unseen forces in your life may be doing the same, preparing you for a level of insight and prosperity that you cannot yet see. And let's bring it closer to celebrity realities. Robert Pattinson, before becoming Batman, faced years of rejection, financial uncertainty, and career setbacks. Each failure was a hidden force getting him to the role that would define his life. These hidden forces are rarely visible in the moment, but they are powerful and prophetic. Capricorn. The unseen energy around your finances and life is already shaping your destiny in ways that will become undeniable soon. Look around you. The world is full of subtle traps and invisible forces, banks with hidden fees, friends who smile while plotting, opportunities that vanish at the last second, and the reason most people fail is because they only see the surface. You, Capricorn, are being given a chance to see deeper, to notice the cracks, the subtle movements, the patterns that can either destroy or elevate you. And here is a truth that few dare to speak. Some losses won't feel like money at all. They will appear as betrayal, as disappointment, as moments that make you question everyone and everything you thought was secure. These are the losses that hit deeper than any balance sheet. They are the invisible currents that can shape your life for better or worse. Consider the 1929 Wall Street crash again. The people who survived and rebuilt were those who noticed the hidden signs before the collapse: inflated stock values, reckless lending, ignored warnings. Those who didn't pay attention lost everything. Capricorn, your life is at a similar tipping point. There are signs, and your awareness is your shield. Even modern entrepreneurs face this. Look at Elon Musk's early ventures. Several companies failed before he found Tesla, and SpaceX hidden forces threatened to ruin his financial and emotional stability countless times. Yet he noticed patterns, acted strategically, and survived where most would have given up. Capricorn, there is a similar energy moving around you, testing your perception, your patience, and your preparation. A single overlooked detail can trigger a cascade. It could be a misread contract, a forgotten bill, or a partner with hidden motives. When these small things combine, they create the illusion of sudden collapse. But the truth is, the collapse was already in motion. You just couldn't see it. Awareness, Capricorn, is the difference between being crushed and emerging stronger than ever. And the people around you, they often mirror the hidden forces affecting your finances. Some will step up, revealing loyalty when you need it most. Others will disappear, exposing the weaknesses you've ignored. And this isn't just coincidence, it's prophetic. Those who disappear were never meant to carry your success. Those who stay are part of the hidden pattern leading you to recovery and breakthrough. Capricorn, reflect on the quiet moments, the subtle hints, the things you've brushed off. Those are not meaningless. Every delay, every setback, every surprise expense is a signal. The universe is orchestrating a sequence that only the observant can navigate. History, biblical stories, and modern reality all converge to teach the same lesson. Hidden forces move before visible consequences appear. Think of the young trader who rebuilt after his loss in Lagos. He realized the mistake wasn't in losing the money, but in ignoring the signs that led to the loss. Knowledge, awareness, and spiritual alignment became his tools. What felt like ruin became the foundation for an unstoppable comeback. Capricorn, you are standing at the threshold of a similar revelation. And this is where it becomes intense. Some of you will see numbers on your accounts drop, but the real test is not about the money. It's about your perception, your discernment, your courage to face uncomfortable truths. The unseen forces around you will reveal themselves in ways you cannot yet measure, in friendships, contracts, opportunities, and even self-awareness. Capricorn, engage with this now. Comment below, share your thoughts, interact with this message. Every like, every subscription, every engagement strengthens your awareness and aligns you with the wisdom needed to navigate these hidden currents. Those who ignore it will stumble. Those who embrace it will find themselves prepared for breakthroughs hidden behind apparent collapse. The pattern is clear. Hidden forces are in motion. They will test your finances, your trust, your foresight, and your resilience. The shocks will feel sudden, but they are never accidental. They are designed to expose weakness, reveal patterns, and guide you toward alignment. History, the Bible, celebrity stories, they all confirm the same principle. And as you watch, Capricorn, understand this. Some forces around you are already moving. Some numbers, some opportunities, some people are shifting in ways that will force you to confront the reality of your life. Your next days may feel chaotic, confusing, and painful. But those same events, unseen now, will be the prelude to a revelation. Some of you will notice subtle changes, unexplained withdrawals, delayed payments, friends acting differently, opportunities disappearing just when you thought they were secure. These are not coincidences. These are the signs of hidden forces shaping your path, demanding that you awaken to truths you've ignored. And here's the chilling part. The losses that feel catastrophic are not always financial. They are lessons, tests, and prophecies wrapped in everyday life. The numbers on your bank account are only the surface. The real change is in your awareness, your preparedness, and your ability to navigate unseen currents. Capricorn, the moment is coming when the patterns you've ignored will become undeniable. When your trust, your finances, and your perception will be tested like never before. And yet, within this chaos lies the potential for transformation that few will ever experience. Those who survive the unseen forces, who notice the patterns, who act with awareness and courage, will emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned than ever before. But those who dismiss the signs, who rely on luck, who ignore subtle warnings, they will face the impact without preparation, and the consequences will feel devastating. Even the greatest figures in history and scripture experienced these hidden forces. Moses faced betrayal from his own people, David endured exile and financial ruin, Joseph faced betrayal and imprisonment. And yet, in every case, the hidden currents were preparing them for a breakthrough far beyond what they could see at the moment. Capricorn, your life right now mirrors these stories. The invisible forces are moving. They are testing your awareness, your alignment, and your readiness to act. And what you are about to experience will feel sudden, shocking, and even cruel. But the truth is, it is part of a pattern designed to awaken a power you have yet to realize. The unseen currents around you are already in motion. Contracts, friendships, investments, and opportunities are all shifting, and when the effects manifest, it will feel like the ground has disappeared beneath your feet. But Capricorn, in the chaos, the hidden map will reveal itself, only to those who are awake enough to see it. And some of you are about to experience betrayals. Sudden financial drops or opportunities slipping away. The panic will be real, the fear will grip you. And yet, this is exactly where you are meant to be, at the edge where awareness, courage, and preparation become your ultimate weapons. The bomb is moving, Capricorn. Not everyone will see it coming. Not everyone will survive it unscathed. But those who understand the hidden forces, who prepare, and who remain aligned will find themselves standing in a place of revelation, power, and unseen opportunity that others can only dream of. The numbers are only the beginning. The losses you will feel in your heart, mind, and relationships are deeper. And yet, in those losses lies the blueprint for your transformation. The universe is preparing you, Capricorn, and the hidden forces are about to make themselves known in ways that will shock, challenge, and awaken you simultaneously. The unseen pattern is moving, Capricorn. It's closer than you think. It's invisible now, but its effects are inevitable. And when they hit, the world as you know it will feel like it's shifting beneath your feet, revealing truths you've never noticed, opportunities you've overlooked, and the hidden power you've been blind to all along.